Hey everybody, Carolyn Tiger here with your 5-minute fix today. Getting comfortable in my chair. Today we are talking about going from being stressed out to becoming a creative genius. That's right. You know, creativity is so important to our well-being. It's part of our human nature, and if we are not being active participants in creating everything and things around us, then we're not as healthy as we need to be. And stress just comes in and stops us from being creative. And so we're going to talk about how to get out of that today. I take notes so I don't forget to tell you things. You know this. So when you feel stressed, how do you feel? You feel depressed, anxious, moody, you've got doubt, you've got dread, you feel angry, you feel overwhelmed, lonely, full of fear. There's all kinds of negative emotions floating around when we let stress into our realm. So these can be healthy emotions to help us recognize something's wrong and we need to change, but we don't want to dwell in them very long. So how do we get out of that? There is one thing that you can do that will affect the limbic system of your brain. And when you do this, it's going to make great changes. So when we actively participate in active gratitude, that is when we make these changes in the limbic system of our brain. When we do so, it replaces fear, dread, doubt, all of that, all those negative emotions we talked about that are linked to stress. It replaces them with the good images of the people and things that we are grateful for. Our brain just does that for us. And so instead of having all this fear and dread and doubt pushing through and constantly thinking about it, our brain steps in when we participate in gratitude and say, oh my gosh, I am so thankful for this beautiful flower growing in my yard, or the snow that's falling, or I'm so thankful that I was able to get out of bed this morning, that my body worked for me. It's going to create an image of your body working well, the beautiful flower, the snow falling down, whatever that is that you're grateful for. And it's going to take that, your brain's going to take that in and replace it. And so it's going to take away that image of fear or doubt or dread or whatever it is that you're dealing with, that the stress is brought in, and it replaces it. Now you think about that. If you had this ugly picture on your wall that every time you looked at it, it just made you feel bleh, and all of a sudden you put up this beautiful picture of your family or your vacation or the beach or your, I don't know, the boat that you hope to have someday, whatever it is that makes you feel happy, that's what we're doing when we actively participate in gratitude. That's the change we are making in the stage in our life, and in our mind, the stage in our mind. All right. So, what does this do for us? Well, when we actively participate in gratitude, when we're truly grateful, not just like, oh, thanks for the soda or thanks for the cookie. No, when we're truly grateful and we start really thinking about these things, then that boosts our personal happiness. Because again, that stage in our mind has changed. We're seeing different pictures all the time, and they're good pictures that make us feel good. They're things that we love and that we're so grateful for. We're thankful that we have them in our lives. We're seeing that in our mind's eye, and that makes us happy. That brings happiness. It's a boost to our personal happiness. So, active gratitude stops stress in its tracks. Now, you know, when you're all stressed out, you just go into, crank it out mode. You just go through the motions and do whatever you need to do to get it done. You don't think creatively. You don't think out of the box. You just follow the same routine you've always done. You wear the same outfit every day. You eat the same foods. You just go through the motions and you don't really enjoy things. You are not participating in the great blessing of creativity. So once you get happy, once you switch off the stress and turn on your happiness light, all of a sudden, windows and doors open up to you. This boost to your personal happiness ignites your creativity. It's huge. I'm going to read a quote to you from Peter Sulak, and if I say his name wrong, I apologize. I don't know how to say his name. It's Sulack, Pete Sulak. And he's done a lot of research on this. It says gratitude is the foundation and joy of contentment. Research shows that these positive emotions, those of joy and contentment, broaden an individual's thought-action repertoire. Ooh, doesn't that sound fun? Which expands that individual's intellect and social resources. Think about that. So you actively participate in gratitude, and it sparks joy and contentment, which then broadens your thought-action repertoire and expands your intellect and social resources. Think about that. Think about what that does. It opens up the door to your personal creative genius. So the formula is active gratitude equals joy and contentment. Joy and contentment is the fertile ground for creativity. It just opens it all up for you. Opens up your mind, your thoughts, everything about you. This is my formula. I think you can read this. I did it backwards. So gratitude equals happiness, which equals creativity. And you can just pull that out in the middle and just say, I don't know if I can squeeze that together, but basically gratitude equals creativity. So if you want to let go of stress and ignite your creativity, then all you have to do is actively participate in gratitude. That is your tip for today, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.